get burned. Cause your boy got spit when the light got turned. Got a dog crack when the boy won't learn. Big racked up shorty when the block gets served. Always sorry when the cap don't work. Got the butterfly doors and the fly like bird. And I love my but I ain't them nerd like damn why pie get like yeah.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth.
Come on.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Yeah.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now, don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, hit before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall and shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front to back, they yelling.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Throwing to start the drive. Good. And he takes a shot on the release. Will be incomplete. Thomas the intended target. And now it's second down. You talk about this Rams defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results are pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Throwing to start the drive. Mason. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that. Things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Lawrence going to throw again. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. You talk about this Rams defense. Well, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They run the counter. Mays, and he will have a Jaguars first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back, not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He finds his man, Pollard. Touchdown, Jaguars! A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
It's caught inside the 25. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Back to throw. Mason eluding the pressure right. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Lawrence to throw. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Now Lawrence. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. And the Rams will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Mason. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Mason. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. On first down, Mays, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Jags first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Lawrence will throw. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 34.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll try again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuck the play right there in the middle of the field.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first down.
That's caught inside the 20. And this will get them all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. Back to throw. Mason. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a 2nd and goal. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Operating from the gun, Mason. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Rams have taken the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it?
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 64 yards. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down at 7. Off play action. Mason. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. On third down, it's Robertson. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen. From the 41, here's a second and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Robertson. 20! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Off the play fake. Mason. He gets it complete to Jackson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. Now a give right side. It's Robertson. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 12-yard line. Looking to throw. Mason. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well.
Touchdown, LA! A big play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now the try here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Boom! Still fighting through tackles. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. So no gain on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now Lawrence. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. In motion goes the tight end. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And got his man complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
Another not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 41. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Jags will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. It's caught by Davis. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he takes a shot at the end of that play. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Again, it's Lawrence. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will find Davis. That's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw again. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
That's the score, Rams 34, Jaguars 24.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They'll keep it on the ground. Robertson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 110 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the gun on 3rd down. Mason. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Throws right side, and that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
That is caught, and he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. But to throw again is Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Now a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Robertson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mason. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. From 13 yards out. And the Rams are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it, right?
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. From 4 yards out. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So fourth quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. Now the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Looking downfield for Pollard.
And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Flushed out right. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
Another miss.
Still on his feet.
He's still on his feet.
And we'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there, with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
2nd and 10.
They'll try the left side. Robertson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Mason. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Lawrence.
He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Lawrence. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
4th down, 10 yards to go. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Jaguars are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Looking long for Thomas. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Rams are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
set to begin their next drive. The Rams offense at the line. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he is going to have a Rams first down, and that should be the one that finishes this game off.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Mason. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
The extra point here is good, but the late touchdown can only draw the score a bit closer as this game is over. Well, on the one